Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the CameTV 7800 gimbal. This is a really nice lower budget gimbal from China. This is made for medium-sized cameras, so right now it's with the A7S and the 28-70 kit lens, and you can use this with something like a 5D as well. And they do have one called the Mini, which is for smaller cameras than this, and they do have one for larger cameras like Red and stuff like that. I've not been using these on any professional shoots yet. I've just been sort of doing test shoots with them. So the performance here is really good. I can get really smooth shots, really stable, but mainly for slower moving stuff. When you move really quickly, the motion of that following you doesn't look very natural. It's very stable, but it doesn't look very natural. It sort of has a sort of a, start, sort of a very harsh start and stop. It basically means that for shots where you want to move faster, you're going to want to move it to this mode where it doesn't follow you at all. It just sort of aims in one place. This joystick over here, I don't think is going to give you natural looking movements during your shot. It's more sort of mechanical, although maybe you'd be able to do that, maybe with some practice. Personally, I found that just using the aim mode, the sort of follow mode, is really great for actually getting this thing to aim where I want it, and does give really nice results as long as I'm, moving with this in a fairly smooth way. Just not really ideal for when you're running. This is around 3.5 kilograms with the A7S right there, which is a fairly lightweight camera, but it doesn't feel like more weight because you're using it with both hands, but I think that really just depends on the person. I'm not sure if normally they have external boxes, but this was sent to me from China with just this and like a plastic wrapping around it. And the case protected this all the way from China. So in my opinion, this is more than good enough for protecting it for actual, use. For £100 or so, you can get yourself a huge low pro bag, and in my opinion, that's going to be a lot more comfortable to carry and have loads more extra space for other stuff, so that would be my choice. Now, the build quality on this is pretty good. Most of the parts here seem to be pretty okay. I think a few of these could be improved, like this monitor mount. We've got really nice strong handles. This is the updated version of the stabilizer, so there's an older version of this which has cheaper looking handles. The adjustments for the balance should definitely all be completely toolless, whereas only most of them are toolless. For example, you need the little Allen key to adjust the height of the camera. If you're changing lenses, I don't think you ever need to adjust the height of the camera, but if you want to switch to a bigger camera or something, I think you might have to adjust the height. The quick release plate that came with this is not very good. It's not very grippy, but luckily it does have a safety feature. As long as you put this in the right way, then it has a little safety thing to prevent it from falling out. But it's not very grippy onto the camera, not at all. And so you might want to put some rubber between this and the camera, or just connect this really well to a Giotto system and then just use the Giotto system as your quick release. This right here is the Giottos. Now, regarding carrying size, this is actually going to be much more portable if you go for a fairly small one. For example, this GlideCam HD 1000 is under 2 kilograms and it can fit into a bag like this. Balancing time between this and this is around the same if you know what you're doing. With any stabilizer of this kind, I think that reliability is somewhat lower than one which is purely mechanical. And of course, that really does depend on the particular one that you get. As this comes configured, it's better for slower moving shots where it seems to perform really well. It requires almost no training. Surprisingly quick to actually set up and get ready to go. So this does come with a little stand. I don't think it's necessary. Much easier to just get two small light stands, or another example is just, a cheap photo tripod. Just came with the charger, came with the battery, which seems to be okay. A little warning note about not modifying the software. A little thing explaining how to put together the stand. Very basic manual here. It's one printed sheet of paper that has a few basic explanations on it. Not really a manual. Various spare parts and tools. I don't know what's on this. It says user manual. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Visit my channel for lots more awesome filmmaking and photography videos, like lighting techniques, DIY projects, behind the scenes tutorials, cameras, lenses, adapters, shoulder rigs, stabilizers, flashes, LEDs, microphones, bags, straps, studio backgrounds, tripods, float heads, sliders, multi-tools, and lots more cool stuff!